And it breaks my fucking heart to see these kids. They're not even with their parents, a lot of them. I got lost at the mall once for 10 minutes when I was 14. I had a breakdown. Joe Biden lets in 2 journalists. That's right. Joe Biden lets in 2 journalists finally because, you know, he's been lying for a week or so and being called on it. So finally we're going to get some truth.
Are you interested in the real story?
I kind of am. The Biden administration finally allowed 2 journalists and a film crew to enter the Border Patrol Migrant Child Detention Center in Donna, Texas. The resulting photos and videos show the conditions where more than, get this, 4,100 children are held in a facility with a capacity of, get this, 250. 1,700% above capacity. Are you fucking...
What are we doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What's going on right now?
See that? That's not temporary, that playpen. That's where those poor kids are sleeping right now. And it breaks my fucking heart to see these kids. They're not even with their parents, a lot of them. I got lost at the mall once for 10 minutes when I was 14. I had a breakdown. After leaked photos and videos of the overcrowded housing of unaccompanied migrant children in Border Patrol facilities along the Texas border, CBP officials allowed 2 AP reporters and a CBS, could you get any more liberal, and a CBS News camera crew to enter the Donna facility on March 30th. Officials allow the journalists to photograph and observe, this is what you're looking at, the processing of the children and the facilities where they were being held well beyond the 27-hour legal limit. Excuse me. Do you believe they were giving Trump shit about being inhumane and stuff? And they have the gall now to look into the camera and fucking, they are soulless. Due to the surge of children crossing the border without a parent, Border Patrol officials packed more than 4,100 unaccompanied minors into the Donna facility designated to hold, which I just told you, 250. CBS DFW reported on Tuesday. That's Dallas Fort Worth. Can you 1,700% overcapacity? Oscar Escamilla, the acting senior officer in the region, told the reporters that 250 to 300 children are entering the facility on a daily basis. Far fewer leave, he said. That number is so lopsided, Escamilla expressed. During processing, journalists observed the children being inspected for lice, scabies, fever, the same shit they do on Tinder, and other health conditions. The process fingerprint and photograph the children who are 14 and older. The children are provided bracelets with barcodes to track their showering and medical conditions. Now, here's that they talked to an officer, and this is so sad. He's going to tell a story about a gang rape. This is the type of he told about 3 stories that were equally as sad. This was, you know, as bad as it gets in my opinion. But listen, here's a guy that's dealing with this on a day-to-day basis.
And then you hear the other stories. You know, about a month and a half ago, I was back here talking to one of the little girls, you know, and I told the congressional delegation the same thing, right? We were going to send her to the hospital. And as I got closer to her, I noticed that she couldn't speak. And I asked the medical staff what happened. And the reason she was going to the hospital because she had gotten gang raped. And the reason that she couldn't speak was because she had lost her voice in the process while she was getting raped. Those things hit hard. You know, I'm a Border Patrol agent. Yes, I am. But I'm also a father. And it hurts because my daughter is near the age of that little girl that I was talking to that she was going to be sent to the hospital to get checked because she had been raped.
Congratulations, Biden administration. Congratulations for breaking something that Trump had fixed. Everybody's agreeing. Democrats who live down there, you guys have no fuck. Well, you know why? Because AOC and Bernie Sanders and Pelosi, they're calling the shots. People like that who have never dealt with anything in their fucking life. And if that's not, you know, liberal reporting enough, Norah O'Donnell. Nora. Why such a media horror? What? Who wrote that? Norah O'Donnell covers border crisis. She talks here for 2 minutes. Doesn't blame the Democrats. Not fucking once. It's unfucking. I know. She's pretty and dumb. Go ahead. Pretty
the crisis on the border tonight, more than 18,000 migrant children are in U.S. custody. Today, reporters were allowed inside a crowded facility in Donna, Texas, that was set up to handle the overflow of children. We get more now from CBS's Maria Virreal.
Oh, Maria Virreal.
Inside this processing facility run by Border Patrol, plastic pods have become an overcrowded purgatory for migrants waiting to seek asylum.
Oh, my God.
HHS does not have the adequate beds to be able to take on all of these kids.
No, but they have a deal with Reynolds Wrap.
100 people here, 17 times what the facility was built to hold. More than half are unaccompanied children. They all sleep on the floor, some with mats and others with foil blankets.
I'm a father. I don't want to see that. As a Border Patrol agent, I didn't sign up for this.
Are you worried that this will get worse?
Of course.
Good question, Dummy.
Of course I am.
Pull factors are attracting more migrants to the South Texas border, where Deputy Chief Raul Ortiz predicts overall a record-breaking year.
Based upon what we've already apprehended and looking at what's remaining in the fiscal year, that we will have approximately about 1 million apprehensions or encounters this year.
I can't think anymore. She didn't mention once the Biden administration or Democrats who caused this fucking mess. Once these kids are in now, get this. We all know that the Dems put Americans last, right? American citizens. Well, here's another example. Now they're putting American students last. Democrats once again prove that Americans come last in their book. With the border crisis continuing to unfold, the aftermath is spilling into the United States public education system. More unaccompanied children are crossing the border than ever before, and the Biden administration is desperate for places to house them. In San Diego, get this, migrant children will be sent to the San Diego Convention Center for free in-person public education from local teachers. That's what I said. Local teachers. Well, what's the matter with that, Nick? But there's one problem with that. Many local schools in San Diego remain closed to in-person schooling. Are you putting it together, folks? Look, the poor kids are teething on the bars. So San Diego officials don't mind giving undocumented immigrants in-person education, but at the expense of U.S. children from tax-paying families. Can you wrap your head around that one?
Despise it with every fiber of my being.
Do they intend on reimbursing the families who have children that still have to attend Zoom classes? The hypocrisy is mind-boggling, and it continues to show Democrats don't know how to put their own constituents first. SD-USD students are currently learning in an online-only format and are expected to move into a hybrid model on April 12th, where they will be learning in a combination of in-person and online formats, according to the school district's website. Keep the myth going. They are disrupting every fucking facet of American life, whether it's college hockey playoffs, the football schedule, kids going to school, businesses being closed. Do you guys see the major fucking that's going on? We have 130,000 kids who haven't been allowed in a classroom for over a year in the San Diego United School District. It's great that they're in-person learning for those unaccompanied minors from Central America, but I wish every child in San Diego County was allowed the same opportunity for in-person teaching. San Diego County Supervisor Jim Desmond told Fox, "Really? You think it's great that we're allowing the illegals to be educated? The system is broken when San Diego teachers are teaching migrant children in person, but the 100,000 students of tax-paying families at San Diego Unified School District are stuck learning in Zoom school," Emily Diaz said of the SD-USD. She's a parent, and she's right on. "We agree that every child deserves an in-person education." We do? Okay, if you say so. But why are tax-paying students put last? That's not even a question. Why they even be allowed in here? Start there. They still don't get it. If this is a humanitarian issue, then who is rescuing the San Diego Unified students because our leaders have failed them? Diaz added. Good question. Biden administration defends decision to provide in-person learning for migrants in schools still closed to U.S. children. Of course they do.
That's faggot stuff.
It is. I don't agree with it.
You want to call it by its name? That's strictly for fags.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki took questions on Tuesday about the educational status of migrant children who are currently being housed in San Diego. It was reported on Monday that children who are being housed by Border Control will be given access to in-person learning. This despite the fact that the San Diego students, again, have not had access to in-person learning for over a year. When asked about this seeming discrepancy by my dream girl, Fox News, Kristen Fisher. No, we'll show that after the story, please. I don't want to cry in the middle of it. Jen Psaki answered this.
Well, I know you guys have done a fair amount of reporting on this, so maybe you'll have more details. As I understand it, San Diego Public Schools are opening in early April. April 12th to hybrid learning. Okay. And students will be back in the classroom. And as I understand it, this is related part-time. And certainly, you know, our objective from the White House, opening up 5 days a week at the majority of schools across the country. And they're on spring break right now. And this is related to volunteering or being paid. I'm not even sure. You'd have to ask the local school district during spring break for these migrant kids.
Just shit pouring out of her mouth. Hey guys, I want to thank you for watching the show, and I want to encourage you to keep contributing to keep this show and free speech free for everyone, whether they want to hear it or not. Click on this video or the link on the screen to make a contribution of any amount. I'll read your name on the show, but more importantly, you'll truly be supporting a great cause without Big Brother taking their cut or limiting the message. Thank you guys so much.